Why would anyone ever need a ritual writing content? Now, in my last video, I went through a few ways in which you can work through those days when you find it difficult to come up with some fresh ideas. Well, today's message is going to be a short one. If you have been to my channel, you may have noticed that I have been placing a lot of emphasis on the subject of content. Why? Well, because content is an important part of any organic marketing strategy. And without unique content, your message will not stand out from the masses. This results in you getting little or no traction in terms of your traffic. So without a fresh source of traffic coming in, there is no online or offline business. Now, personally, I believe rituals fuel the creative process long before you sit down behind the computer. And as stupid as this may seem, if you watch anyone successful, no matter what they do, they all go through their specific rituals. Now, you may not be aware that you have some of your own. Now, but I want you to understand is that the point of the ritual is to begin or help you transition from what you're currently doing and get you to start focusing on the new task at hand. The ritual is just a quick way to jumpstart that creative process and inspire creativity. And I'm not aware of too many people who can jump from one task to another without some type of transition. So, as far as rituals go, this can turn into being a long list. But my point here is I want to share with you at least a few topics that you can at least start with, get the process going, and then you can take it from there in creating your own rituals. Now, as cliche as this may sound, there's nothing more soothing or invigorating about a cup of coffee. Now, it doesn't have to be coffee. It could be your favorite tea or an entirely different drink like sparkling water or a smoothie. Remember, it's not the drink that's important here, it's the process. The process itself is what turns this into becoming the ritual. Again, the process of making the beverage is what sets the transition from one task to the next. Another option for you is to find an activity. For myself, there's something about getting some fresh air before sitting down that stimulates creativity. It gets the blood pumping and stimulates that creative process. So go outside by taking a walk, or maybe you do some meditation. Again, the activity itself isn't the make or break. Just find something that works for you. You know, if the weather isn't cooperating, have an alternative plan, something that you can do indoors, like yoga or stretching for a few minutes. Any type of movement that you make before you sit down and create can be invigorating. Additionally, you could apply this ritual or a similar technique when you are looking at or coming back from taking a break during one of your creative sessions. Now, this not only will refresh you and re-energize you, but it allows you to be more productive. Now, lastly, let's look at outlining. Now, the process of outlining your content accomplishes several things at one time. First, it's an effective ritual that can help you get that proper frame of mind going. Second, it ensures a smooth creative process. So as you're sitting down and outlining the pieces of the content that you wish to create, when you get to that point of putting the actual piece together, it is going to be much easier because you have already know the message that you want to convey. Now, the outlining process doesn't have to be elaborate either. You know, I start with the headlines and then the subheadlines. Then, as I've said before, I take each of these headlines and treat it as if it was a standalone piece, and then I go back and fill in the details. Then when I'm finished, I put all these pieces together and I have an entire piece of content. Now, to finish this off, rituals are incredibly effective. So take a look at what you normally do before you sit down behind your desk. Take some notes. Think about the three ideas I've given and go on and create one of your own. You will be amazed at the difference this is going to make with your productivity. So I'll see you next week.